Guys, I'm so excited because I have something that I think that everybody who's listening is going to love, love, love. And if you're like me, you know that sometimes for some occasions, you got to dress a bit suave. You got to put on a suit, maybe for a wedding, maybe for your own wedding, maybe for graduation, or maybe you're just going to a meeting, maybe for work. You need to look suave, you need to wear a suit. And like me, perhaps you've always thought to yourself that I would love to have a tailored suit, but there's no way I can afford the tailored suit. And to this day, when I go to get my suits, I always go for the tailored fit, but it's not a tailored suit for myself. Someone hasn't measured me up and tailored the suit to my body. And then on top of that, been able to grab a really, really lovely suit that's like perfect for me in terms of what I want it to look like, as well as it being a suit that is perfectly sized. But no more, guys, because I present to you Bukhari suits. Oh my days. With Bukhari suits, you get to fully customize your suit. So that includes your lining, your colorway, the fabric, the buttons, everything. And on top of that, to save you extra cost, first of all, let me just retract. Let me say that Bukhari suits, what they do is they provide tailor-made suits tailored for you at a fraction of the price. So first of all, you're not paying the same price that you're paying mainstream tailor-made suits. You're paying a fraction of the price, so you're already saving money there. But just to help you a little bit more, to save you time, to save you ease, to save you money, their tailors actually come out to wherever you are and then size you up at your place, saving you a mad amount of time. Bukhari suits use 100% merino wool and do not mix their fabrics like other companies do. So this means that your suit will last a lifetime if you look after it. And they do multiple fittings to make sure that suit fits perfectly. So they're not just going to come once and just get the numbers and then khalas. They're going to make sure they look after you at Bukhari suits. And they're looking after the listeners of Freshly Grounded because they're giving £20 off to all Freshly Grounded listeners who use the code FG when you DM them. Guys, hit them up on Instagram. It's instagram.com/Bukhari suits. That's BUKHARISUITS, Bukhari suits. Hit them up on the DM, say Freshly Grounded sent you, and they'll give you £20 off your first fully customizable suit. And listen, it's wedding season, guys. Yeah, so if you're getting married soon, or if you're going to your boy's wedding, or you're going to your sister's wedding or something, you can actually customize a suit so you can get like your initials inside, which I think is a really, really nice touch. Like, imagine getting married. If I knew about Bukhari suits best now, I would have got a tailor-made suit. I would have had my initials and the date of my wedding stitched on the inside, and then I would have just saved that suit. So guys, check them out. That's Bukhari suits on Instagram, instagram.com/Bukhari suits. Hit them up on Instagram and let them know Freshly Grounded sent you. Okay, listen, we've spoken a few times about mental health on Freshly Grounded, and we've had people on, like, for example, Adam Afghan, who we had on to talk about mental health. We like to talk about topics that are important, topics that are going on in society, and one of those topics is mental health, but not just mental health. We haven't touched much on kind of vulnerable adults with learning disabilities, and the elderly. And we've been introduced to a really, really cool company called Holistic Social Care. Holistic Social Care provide a bunch of services, guys, to over 18s with learning disabilities, to adults with mental illness, to the elderly, and to vulnerable adults. Their services range from personal care, adult daycare, care and companionship, and also allows the people that they care for to have independence and to live a fulfilled life. This is one of the biggest aims kind of for everyone, is to be able to live a fulfilled life. And when you're a vulnerable adult, or you're an adult with learning disabilities, or you're the elderly, it can be a bit harder than younger people or people who don't have learning disabilities to live that fulfilled life. So Holistic Social Care come in and they help people live a fulfilled life. They also help people live comfortably within their own homes, and they help them out in that way. But the thing that I find the most inspiring is that they put such a strong effort onto the carers providing respect and dignity to the people that they care for. I can imagine that the relationship can, for someone, for example, who is elderly, who's lived their whole life in a way where they've been independent and they haven't needed help, to go from never needing help to requiring help, it can, I imagine, be such a patronizing experience at times. And to know that Holistic Social Care are putting an emphasis on providing that respect and dignity while they care for these people, I think is amazing. The second thing I find amazing is that they're an alternative option to mainstream care. Why? Because they offer Muslim catered and Muslim centered approach to the health and social care needs of the community, which I think is very, very, very important, especially for those listening. We have a very large Muslim audience base as well, and so definitely someone worth checking out, a company worth checking out to see if you can get that extra help, perhaps just once a week, twice a week, for our grandparents, for our parents, or for any vulnerable adults that we know ourselves, to know that they're in the care of someone who understands from a faith perspective what you're looking for, and to someone who you can trust with your family members. Holistic Social Care are the guys for this. Guys, they're an award-winning national organisation based in Sheffield, Manchester and Birmingham as it stands. They're a social enterprise organisation committed to developing Muslim communities throughout charity fundraisers, increasing awareness of health and social care rights, as well as offering voluntary support to the most vulnerable in the community. What an amazing charity, or what an amazing organisation to get behind. Check them out, guys, at holisticsocialcare.org. That's HOL. My L's are really bad, so I'm going to try and pronounce L properly. holisticsocialcare.org. It's holisticsocialcare.org. Check them out and let them know that Freshly Grounded sent you. Right. This episode, guys, is with someone I've been hugely inspired by recently. If you follow me on my social media, you'll know that I've become recently obsessed with jumping rope. And kind of there's loads of vlogs out on my personal channel to explain kind of why I've been so obsessed with it. But essentially because of the fact that I hated cardio, knew that I needed to do it in order to be able to shred fat, in order to be able to get myself in the best shape possible. And I had no options because I just hated running. And so I came across jump roping and I started it up, and I found it a lot of fun, and it's very challenging. You have to, to try new tricks and stuff is challenging. To get consistent is challenging, and I really enjoy that challenge, to be honest. And so I've become really obsessed with it recently, and I'm really happy that I have, because I found it so beneficial in my life. A lot of you guys listened to that podcast where we spoke about it with Sunnah Remedies, and then you guys became inspired to jump rope. And so I've done a massive service to all of us by having an expert jump roper here to kind of tell us all about jump roping, how he started, Rush Athletics. This guy has people flying in from all around the world when he does meetups. He's got a massive cult following, and he's so humble. It's amazing to listen to him. After the episode, we actually jumped on. He actually took me for a 1 hour class. And it was just like a private one-on-one session, and he just taught me a lot more kind of just kind of improving my basics. I'm going to actually get a vlog out of that, so that might already be out now by the time this episode's out. But listen, guys, if you haven't tried jump roping, don't knock it till you try it. Also, if you haven't tried it, or if you have like a preconceived idea of jump roping, just listen to this episode and I'm sure it will change your mind. Lastly, Rush has been generous enough to provide all the Freshly Grounded listeners with a discount on the jump rope that he gifted me, which is called the Money Rope. And if you use the code FGTribe at rushathletics.com, I believe the address is, then you will get a discount. I'm not sure how much the discount is. I'm not even sure if he's activated it yet, but he did say on the podcast that he will. So hopefully we can remind him to do so if he has forgotten. But do check that out, guys. I've tried the rope myself, and I can say that it's by far the best rope that I've jumped on yet, and I'm on my 4th rope now. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, enjoy this episode with Rush Athletics. And I believe it's episode 116 of Freshly Grounded. Let's have a quick look. Episode 116 of Freshly Grounded. Let's get into it. And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faizu and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded.
No, after that bit.
The brand new podcast.
And after that bit?
But best friends, Faizu and Sam.
Really?
Right, cool. So we're live. That's it, we're on.
Here we go.
We're on with Rush Athletics.
Here we go. Big
How's
up,
it
my
going, man?
Good to meet you.
I'm so excited to have you on the podcast, bro.
Thank you, man.
I'm very, very
Thank
excited.
you for inviting us.
No, not a problem. Do you know what? I'm just gassed that you replied and you were like, yeah, we're on this, man. Because
100%,
I don't
man.
know why I'm not supposed to. Because like I told you off air, I've really recently just found a love for jumping rope, and not in a way of like saying that I'm any good at it, but but I was lost in trying to find some sort of cardio that I found fun, and I thought that's impossible. You can't find cardio that's fun, and I have. And through jump roping, because I think everyone needs cardio in their life, man, of some
100%.
sort, to stay healthy. So yeah, really appreciate you coming down, man.
Mate, thank you for inviting me, man.
No
And you hit the
stress.
nail on the head, man. Cardio, fun doesn't go in the same sentence, right?
Doesn't, no.
And the thing is, they used to be like gym memes official. I used to follow this page, right? And every week they'd put up, you know, I don't know if I can swear. Can I swear?
No,
No
this is
swear.
not explicit.
Good, yeah. There'd be like F cardio, or there'd be like you know, you're just making fun of cardio, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about skipping or jumping rope and however people call it in their country is like, it's not only fun, it's challenging, it's rewarding, it messes with your mind, it does amazing things with your mind, it literally rewires things in your brain, right? It just does so many things that people don't really understand, and that was the reason why, you know, I had to kind of try and share it with the world, really.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that when they go to the gym, they go to the gym to clear their head and clear their mind, especially when they're stressed. And I never really understood that, because when I would go to the gym over the past few years, it would be I wouldn't do cardio, and I still don't do cardio inside the gym much. But it would be like the generic stuff. And so, but I found that if I was stressed or I was in a bad mood, I would be really bad at the gym, and it wasn't a release for me. So I didn't understand when people said that.
Right.
But only recently I've understood that cardio does that. It's like if I'm stressed or feeling like my mind's just a bit like shattered, if I do cardio like jumping rope, that clears my mind so much.
Yeah, big time. They say it, right? If you read research, I'll just put up an article actually on my website. I got a proper top physio to go into crazy research into what skipping can really do, and it's not just generic like type in Google and just find some random sites. This guy went into detail, and you know, when you go to the gym, you know, you get the release of testosterone and hormones, all that kind of stuff. Skipping, scientifically proven, it releases endorphins in your body like no other cardio, because it's such a rush. Like, excuse the pun, but like that's where it comes from, because it releases this incredible kind of flow into your body. So you cannot but help but feel good. That's what endorphins do to you, right? And it gives you that kind of that little hit, that little buzz. And whatever you're thinking about, the stresses of life, the bills you got to pay, or something else going on in your life. When you're running on a treadmill, for example, I don't want to put the treadmill down too much because I do it enough on my channel, but you get lost in the TV, you get lost in like your thoughts. With skipping, if you're really taking it seriously, if you're really trying to learn these skills that I'm trying to show you or other people, you're only going to be focusing on that. You're going to be focusing on where you're messing up or what you need to do. You actually stop forgetting about life worries, right? Because you start hitting yourself, and then you're thinking about, why am I hitting myself? And it gets frustrating, and that's another good thing about it. You know? So
I'm intrigued to know about your journey from kind of start to finish, because I've never heard it. I don't know if you have a video about it or anything.
No.
But at what point did you get into jumping rope, and then how did it become Rush Athletics?
Yeah. I don't think I've done it. So this is my first podcast, by the way. So like, thanks for having me again.
No problem.
Thanks for giving me that platform.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, we've done a few bits on it. But like, started 2015, early 2015. So 4 years now. Sorry, I shouldn't have my phone on.
No
around
stress.
here. But started early 2015, and I used to play a lot of football, 2-3 times a week. I wasn't professional, but I used to play at quite a high level, like every Saturdays, good league. And I know obviously one of the things you had to do in training was do a lot of running. With my job, so I had a normal office job, typical kind of Asian dude doing his accounting.
Oh really?
yeah.
To be fair, if
crunching
you
numbers.
asked me to guess what your
What'd you say,
job was, I
accounting?
would have said accountant. Yeah, in the city.
Standard, innit? But like, yeah, so you know, going through that kind of motion, I had to try and keep in shape for football, and then I had a major dislike for running. So you know, to try and keep fit, like, and stay off treadmills and all this kind of stuff, I was trying to find ways on the internet or what I could do. I tried swimming, but it's too difficult. My gym didn't have a swimming pool. Tried different other things. The fact is, I just went online, looked around, and I came across this boxing video done by Mayweather. So like, Mayweather was doing some kind of like campaign before a fight, and he was just doing some skipping. He had this like yellow rope, and he was just going nuts with it.
It was on in that like photo studio, right?
Yeah, you've seen it, yeah?
That's
It's
insane.
the pre-Maidana fight, and I just stumbled across it, and it was literally the first time. I mean, I tried skipping somewhere along the line, like in my life somewhere before, but it was the first time I'd seen this kind of. It was mesmerizing, you know what I mean? I watched it, and my missus was there, and I said, listen, man, this is nuts. Like, I need to get a rope and actually learn how to do this. So next thing, I found a rope and just got to work, man. I started doing it in the gym every single day, copying everything, trying to do his skills. And then it's weird because slowly, people started coming up to me in the gym and started saying, "Oh, yo, where'd you find these moves? How are you learning this sort of stuff?" So I started to realize that not many people had seen these kind of tricks, or they just hadn't tried it and didn't really realize how good skipping was. And in this time, in that 3-4 months, everything about my life improved, like everything, even to the point where I was in my office, I just felt more sharper, more focused. My football skills, mate, like literally acceleration. I was getting older at this point as well. I was hitting 30. I was faster than I had ever been, more agile, more like nimble. Crazy things started happening to me, and it was, I just knew it was down to skipping, because the only thing I'd actually changed in my life. Made me feel better about everything. Like I was losing weight whenever I wanted to. I was able to still eat my mum's food, pizza, chips, everything, man, dal rotli, everything, yeah. And I just thought to myself, like people need to know about this. So then more and more people started coming to me in the gym, and that was 2015, mid 2015. And yeah, I got to work, man, put a video out on YouTube, Mayweather skipping tutorial or something like this, and it went kind of semi-viral. So that one hit, like, for me at the time, nearly like 50, no, I say semi-viral, but it's at a point where like it got me interested more to make more and more videos. And then I started to think, how am I going to get this out to the world? And that's where Rush Athletics was kind of born, in a nutshell.
Oh, amazing.
In a nutshell. But yeah, it was a dream, man. It was a dream to get more and more people to pick up a rope. And the benefits that I felt, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I had a hard upbringing. I didn't. Like, I had a really good life. I played outside playing football till I couldn't see the football with my mates, in my shirt and my trousers. But what it did do, and what I knew it would do, is that it helped me mentally, like, going forward. Even though I didn't think at the time I was going to leave my job to do this full time, at the time at work, I just felt better. You know what I mean? Like, going home, I felt fresher. My body just felt amazing, mate. Just felt, for a 30-year-old at the time, I'd suffered so many injuries. I used to, like I said, dislike running, dislike cardio, and all of a sudden, I had this new passion. I had this new goal to become, like, amazing at it, and then share the skills for other people to get involved. And I just thought, what, if people watch it and they like it, I'll keep making more videos. And that's just kind of how it happened. More and more videos started to turn out. And that's kind of the beginning of the journey.
Did you find it embarrassing at first when you was, because I think I'm on that level where I skip in my like garden area,
Yeah,
that's outside my apartment, and the only person who probably ever sees me skipping is my wife.
yeah.
And so I'm all right. And if I ever put any content out of me skipping, it's the bits that I'm doing all right.
Of course, yeah. We don't trip, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I can't imagine skipping in front of people even now, because I can only go for so long without tripping or something. So when you were doing it in the gym and people walking in and out, was it embarrassing at first? Did you feel a bit shy?
Yeah, so funny story. The first time I went in the gym, I bought this rope from Amazon. And, I'm gassed. I'm trying to do these Mayweather moves now. And I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm going to try and do. First thing, like, so this rope came with like loads of nuts and bolts and things. I don't know why, but it's like a mechanized rope. And
that's the first one I had.
Yeah, so this rope is really popular on Amazon. And I'm not going to cuss this rope, but like at the time, it was just, I couldn't do nothing with it.
That's the one almost everyone listening to this has right now, because I've
made it. Don't buy that rope. No. So I mean, I started and the whole thing fell apart. Like that was embarrassing. So now I'm running after this little nut. I'm running after this little washer, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Yeah. So at the time, there's people. I'm just getting in the way of people as well. So then when I got another rope, people are trying to train. Trainers are there with their clients, and they're just like pushing me away. They're scared of the rope. They hear it moving and they're like looking over their shoulder. So that kind of stuff was embarrassing. Not really so much me tripping, because I'm the kind of guy who, like, I'm not like well out there. I'm not an extrovert, but I'm happy to learn something in front of people. And if I mess up, I mess up, because I know that in a few weeks or in a few months, I'm going to be just next level. And I'm happy they've seen me. Yeah. They've seen me actually become really like good at something. So I'm kind of like that. So at the time, I'd get people coming up to me. And like I said, as I was getting better, that's pretty much what got me along. If I was doing it behind closed doors, I wouldn't have that kind of urge to put it out more to the world, because I would just be doing it. And then I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is quite cool. It was the fact that I did it in front of people in the gym, and it got me new friends, man. And I'm happy you brought that up, because I actually want to make a video about this, because a lot of people are doing it behind closed doors because they're worried. And I think when they see more of my stuff, they kind of get a little bit more shy, because they're like, they see other people doing it in the gym now, because it's become such a thing now where people are on it with skipping. And if you're in the gym and you see someone else doing really cool moves, you feel like you have to go to another room. I've had so many people now where they don't know my channel, they don't know what I do, but they see me in the gym and they've literally moved like 5 minutes after, 10 minutes after, and I'm like, oh man, like I don't want to feel bad, I don't know what to say to them. You know?
Yeah, yesterday you uploaded a video on your Instagram of you doing some combos, or maybe the day before in the gym. And in one of the videos, there's this woman who kind of like walks in the gym at the back, and she like clocks you, and then she carries on walking. And I was gonna comment saying, I'm that woman at the back who just kind of walks and thinks, nah, forget this. No, but it is very inspiring though, because you don't give off that impression that you do give off the impression that you're welcoming to everyone, which I think is very cool. And kind of leading on from that point, I saw your video of you doing a meetup in Hyde Park. How often do you do the meetups?
Meetups, we've done 3 in London actually in the last 4 months. But I've done meetups abroad in LA last year, New York. I've done LA a couple of times. So anytime I go abroad now, we'll try and do something. So I've done about 6 in the last year.
And when I saw that video in the meetups, one of the biggest things that I think that was the first time I got to see your personality, because when I was watching your videos, a lot of them were to see your skipping and to kind of try and learn new tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I never really got to see a video of your personality, right?
Yeah.
And so, but on that, first of all, I want to say big up Nathan, because your content is amazing.
My guy.
And I think that very soon you're going to be hitting those millions, bro. I honestly believe
we
that.
Hope, man. Well,
not that numbers are necessarily a measuring stick, but it does relate somewhat to understand kind of how many people you're impacting.
Appreciate
but
that, man.
you through that video, the meetup, there were kind of 2 things that I was able to see. One is that you have a real cult-like following, in that people become really passionate about it. I think that's why I also love the Freshly Grounded listeners, because it feels like a family. They don't. I never feel like we have a fan base. I feel like we have a family who listen and they follow our journey with us, and we make mistakes. And like I said, we started 2.5 years ago, so they've seen us go from making mistakes or doing things, and they see our growth with us, and they grow with us.
That's it.
And likewise, I feel like I see that with you.
100.
And then the second thing I noticed was, you can see that, I don't know if this is something that you actively try and do, but you can see that you it seems like you've kind of broken down your ego, and you are accepting of everyone, and you're very intrigued by people's stories. So I think you were interviewing these 2 guys that had come from, I don't know, was it Norway?
Norway, yeah.
Oh, was it Norway?
Yeah.
And,
Legends.
And you were so intrigued, but you can tell when someone's being genuine and when someone's kind of putting it on for the camera. And you genuinely seem intrigued by the people that you meet, and you like to learn from their stories
all the time.
Has that been a journey for you, like being able to, because you're clearly gaining a lot of popularity doing what you're doing? How do you keep the arrogance to one side and not have your ego kind of take charge? Because that's a very natural state. We're very like animalistic in our nature. You know, I have
Alpha
power, I have the
and
strength. How do you remove that and remain humble?
Do you know what, man? Like, if you were to speak to my friends, they will say that I'm pretty, can I say, I don't know, cocky, but like,
you can say cocky,
I don't even know if that's a swear word or not.
I don't think cocky's a swear word.
Cocky's not a swear, right? I have to check with Nathan. Nathan's my dictionary.
Okay.
He knows how bad my English is. No, I mean, they would tell you that I'm pretty, like, I wouldn't say they say I'm arrogant, but you know, like when I used to play football and stuff, I used to just play it in a way that, like, I love to get into the minds of my defenders, you know, like the opposition, and I love to show them, like, who's the boss on the pitch and things like that. I don't do it to make people feel bad or that I'm this and I'm that. If I'm talking to you now, like, we're level, right? We're level. When it comes to competition, that's the only time that kind of side comes out to me, because I'm very competitive. These people that through this journey, like, what I've learned about myself is that I'm meeting people that I never would have met in a million years, like going down my accounting life, to what I like to call average life. I don't want to kind of like make anyone feel bad that's doing that kind of job or anything, but for me, I felt like I had a purpose in life. Every day I used to walk into work, sit there in front of the computer, and just had this weird feeling in my body that this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'd just be there 9 to 5 or whatever time it was, routine. And I used to walk in the herd, like from London Bridge to my Norbury train, back to South London. And I'd be like, this is not me, man. It's like not me. Yeah. And so what this journey has meant, and when I do interview these people at meetups, is I need to hear their stories. I need to know what they're going through, why they have come to see me, why they have come into skipping, what has it done for them, because I then know how much more power this thing has. I've only got it from my experience because it got me out of this kind of life. And like, I genuinely, and I tell Nathan all the time, he will tell you every single time we do these meetups, I say to him, we need to capture these stories. We need to put in the time. And generally with the guys that came from Norway, they've come to 3 of my meetups. They've traveled in from Norway to London for 1 day just to meet me. and to obviously be part of the community and to be part of the family and share their skills and everything else. And that's the most humbling thing about this, and that has definitely grounded me. And from my first meetup, my first meetup was in London last year in Hyde Park, and that is when I learnt about people with autism, dyslexia, OCD, and then I started to really understand how powerful this movement is. And it's not just a rope that I'm selling. I'm actually showing people a way and a method of getting out of their discomforts in life, their anxieties, and they're able to express themselves. These are people who were overweight and didn't have no chance of getting back, and then finding something that they could do behind closed doors, and to a point where they lose weight, they get confidence, they make videos, they get likes, they get the followers, they get this kind of thing where it rejuvenates them, and they're now in the gym and they're now PTs. It's unreal.
Wow.
Some of the stories that we've had, if you'd followed us like from last year to see some of the stories from now, two people have become PTs when, like they've just completely changed their lives. I've just got so many stories in my head, I can't even think of them, but like, that's the thing, yeah.
I think you don't give yourself enough credit though, because I think there's a level of, let me just blow this out. I think there's a level of jump roping being something that gives people confidence and gives people that thing to break out of their insecurities. But I think you also are the guy who's presenting it to them, and so you obviously have a personality type or that makes them comfortable around it, and you present it in a way where it's acceptable. Because you could be amazing at jump roping and be like, look how good I am. Like I remember seeing sometimes when I was younger, I used to see people who do football skills, like, like they do like the kick ups and they sit down and do it head. But like sometimes I would watch them and feel like the person who's doing it gives across the kind of message of, look how sick I am, and you can never be like this.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's
whereas you're almost like, look guys, like,
do you know what it is? Yeah, like that's a massive point, because there is a lot of people in all fields doing that, and then that's the key to Rush Athletics, because I quickly realized that I might have this persona of guys with the sunglasses, with the whatever, cool clothes or cool trainers or whatever, like, and people might look at me and they judge, and they might think, oh, this guy thinks he's a bit too much, this guy thinks he's too cool, and I had that all the time. But I'm not going to change that, because for me that is the look for skipping. For me, like the sunglasses, like I've made a story about this before. I never used to skip with sunglasses. It never started like that. But there was a time when I made one video, it might have been sunny outside, and I had sunglasses, and I looked at it and I thought, this is the kind of effect I want. I want people to feel like this. I felt cool. I had these sunglasses. I felt like a superhero. I felt like, you know what, I like the look of this. And skipping is cool. It should be celebrated as cool. Yeah. And I want to, I've got nothing with my eyes or anything like that. Yeah, I'm a bit old. I've got a few bags. But when I put this on, it's uniform. It's me, uniform, boom. And when I pick up the rope, I feel like alive. And when people show these tricks and everything else, like, good on them. Like, I love that, because they're still kind of promoting it in their way. My message was, I've learned, it's 4 years, mate, and I still haven't perfected this thing. But I'm going to try and show you guys the kind of quicker road if I can, the shorter road, all the mess ups and everything. I'm going to show you how to avoid those, get out of bad habits. And it's the teaching and the giving which gives me back what I want out of all of this. Do
you run classes?
I started by running classes, yeah.
You don't run classes anymore?
No, so we got a bit busy, and I outgrew my space. Like the studio, that was a studio, became like my warehouse. Okay, sweet. So I do the Rope Rush event, which is like a big group event, meet up and training. Nice. And then I do like personal client one-to-one when I have the time.
Oh, sweet.
But it's the giving, bruv. Like, the YouTube and everything else like that. I like that you say, I've got to come across like humble and stuff. And the truth is that I just want people to try and do what I've done, to follow it, because I know there's so many people like that, right? Not just in the Asian community or whatever it is, like doing the kind of typical stuff. There's all kind of races, right? Doing stuff that they've been pushed to do or they feel they have to do. And this is skipping. A guy has left his job to do a skipping business. When people ask me, what do you do for business or what do you do for work? I say, I've got I don't feel embarrassed, but I tell them, like, I'm like,
it's so weird, bro.
I'm like, yeah, I've got an online fitness business, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. Like, what's it about? And I was
a very good way of fitting it.
I was like, because I don't like saying YouTuber as well, because that like, people don't really they can't make sense of whatever YouTube is right now. So yeah.
Bro, I find that same issue with mainly with in-laws. So like, because I think my in-laws still don't know what I do, and I think that when people ask them like, oh, what does your daughter's husband do? I don't think they have a response. And it's so funny because if people were to ask me what I do, like in that space, it is a bit embarrassing to say I'm a podcaster, because it's like that doesn't make any sense. And also it doesn't sound like something that like sounds successful, but it's like I'm doing it with my passion. So I haven't figured out a word. Like online fitness business sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
I can't really say I've the best way I've done it is like I try to explain like it's like a radio show, but it's not really the best way of saying it.
Radio's dying, man. You don't want to say
radio is dying. Yeah, that's true.
Podcast is cool.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but it's not like it doesn't really explain much. Like you go to like a family thing. And
I don't know if my dad will know what a podcast is. To be fair,
well, my dad does. I don't think he even knows what I do.
My dad don't know what I do. Big up to dads out there. My dad was like, he doesn't know what I do.
Do you know what? I think my dad. I think my dad's just cool because I stopped asking him for money, and I think so he doesn't mind. Do you know what I mean? Like when I stopped asking, he just knows I'm alright. Because he knows that like
you're not doing any dodgy stuff as well, so he knows that as long as they know you're not doing anything dodgy. So
he asked me the other day, he's like, "What do you do now?" He actually said that to me.
Oh, is it?
And I said, "Oh, you know, like the radio thing that I do." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, we just like got some sponsorship. I'm working on a sponsorship deal for that and stuff." And then he just like moved the conversation on. So I bet it's something big for you. I bet it's something big for you as well, and you wanted to probably share it with him. It was like our biggest deal.
Yeah. Mate, I have that all the time. I remember telling my dad when I went on Amazon for the first time, and it was a massive deal for me because like to get onto like sell on Amazon is like you got to go through loads of hoops and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I was trying to talk to him about that, and he just goes, "Forget Amazon, make your own Amazon." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Just start selling everything."
Bro,
and I was like,
I have that.
I can't outsell Amazon. Like I need Amazon right now. This was like a year and a half ago. To be fair, he thinks big, my dad, man. He's on other levels, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's not.
My dad's. I think that's Asian dads, man. Yeah, my dad's the same. Your one thing that I've noticed about you though, bro, is through your stories and stuff, is how much of like a late person you are, like how late you sleep. And it's
I'm looking at Nathan now because me and him are the same.
Bro, if hopefully this is the start of a new friendship, yeah, and if it is, I'm gonna convert you to a morning person.
No, man.
Because I feel like the benefits of are you a morning person, Nathan?
I sleep for like 4 hours and do nights and mornings.
He's good actually. He's up at night. He'll be messaging me and then he'll be up before me as well. Like well earlier. Yeah.
I sleep from maybe 2 till 7.
No,
it's not bad.
Right. That's not right. You can't sleep from 2 till 7, bro.
I was like, yes,
Nathan, you need more sleep.
No, it's like I'm accustomed to that in my head now, so I'm okay with it.
What accent is that you have?
From the north of England.
Yeah, he's from half Australian, Bali, where he's been everywhere.
all over the world, so I've picked up bits.
Oh, nice.
I'm from the north of England originally.
North of England.
He's got a cool
nice.
accent.
Yeah, he's got a bit.
You're gonna come. I need your help, man. I've been trying to do sleep training. I call it sleep training.
Okay.
And then what happens is, like my day just goes on and on and on and on,
bro.
and then I'm like, I need to go gym. And then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go gym.
I know, you're at the gym at like 2 a.m. I'm like, what is he doing? Bro, I wake up in the morning and I see your stories. No. I'm like, since I'm asleep, all this has happened. Bro, I don't even... There's so much beauty in being a morning person that I just want everyone to be a morning person. Imagine, yeah, you know when you start working sometimes, I think that's when I go to sleep. Like, my ideal time to sleep is about 10 p.m, yeah?
Damn.
I'm in bed at like 10, and ideally I wake up at 5, and then a gym session in the morning, beautiful, bro. Start your day with a gym session. Like 6 till 7 is a nice gym session. Come home, have your second breakfast, and then start work by 9. Do a 9 to 5 day. You have to do.
Do you know what?
You have to do a 9 to 5.
We had an early start. Me and Nathan one shoot. I don't know where we went, but we started at about 8. And by 12 o'clock, we're like, yo, bro, it's only 12.
Yeah,
we've got so much done.
Imagine that in every day.
And we're like, we smashed it today. Tomorrow I'm waking up early, and then the next day I was in bed by like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. still. You know what it is, mate? Like, I get into this routine where I can't stop what I'm doing, and then I go into something else, and I go into something else, and I'm wired like this because I used to do the full-time job, and then come home and do this full-time job. It's like I'm just wired to not stop. So then what happens is I don't actually find myself sitting down, watching TV and just separate myself from the world. So I've just started playing golf to help me do this.
Okay.
So golf takes about 4 or 5 hours out of my day.
Nice.
And then,
every day?
I don't play every day, no.
Oh.
I wish I could. I'm pretty good at it, to be fair. I'm actually quite sick.
Wow.
I got an eagle like 2 weeks ago. Do you know what an eagle is?
No. But I played golf, I think, twice this month, though. No, once, actually. I've been hitting the golf range, but I'm really bad.
Top golf, yeah.
I like to dabble in everything. I'm not good at anything. Bro, but I feel like the secret, like the contentment in life comes from lifestyle design, right?
Yeah.
From the ability to just do whatever makes you happy. And... which includes work, and if you're like doing something that you love doing, like more props to you, because then that's what you're able to do, and that's even better. But I can't remember where I'm going with this. I'm trying to
maybe chill a bit and go into morning.
Yeah, I think that I don't think anybody can convince me that being a night owl is a good thing. I think that it must be bad for health reasons long term as well.
Yeah, I mean they do say, right? They do say, and they also say the most successful entrepreneurs and everyone out there is always up at 4 a.m, 5 a.m, but they get good sleep and
you're very productive in the morning times as well.
Yeah. See, I'm not. That's the thing. I was born at midnight, so I think that's the thing as well. And I've just always been late. I had a TV in my room when I was a kid, right? So I had an older sister, and she, like, I just nick her TV, and then I used to watch snooker, and snooker used to be like repeat, used to be on like, and I used to just have this thing where I just used to just be up. I don't know what it was. I don't think I'm weird. I just think
I don't think you're weird either.
It literally isn't weird. I just literally think that I'm so on it more in the evening than in the morning, and yeah, it just works like that.
So then when do you sleep?
So I do sleep. I probably sleep from 2:30 in the morning to about 9:30.
That's good. So at least you're still
that's
up
good,
early.
right?
Yeah, you're still up early.
Yeah, and there's other habits I need to break out of. So I'm not that kind of guy that's going to sit here on your podcast and say when I wake up I don't look at my phone for an hour and I meditate and I do this. Like, I don't. I wake up and I'm firefighting. The first thing I'm doing is making sure nothing's burnt down anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I'm on my emails. I'm double checking my suppliers are on point with this, that, and the other. So I don't do all the conventional things that people who are really on it with entrepreneurship and all that tell you. I'm on my phone a lot, and I feel like if I'm not on my phone, I'm not getting to the point where I need to get to.
Yeah, well, nobody should have to tell you how to be an entrepreneur, because because we're moving forward in a day and age and a digital day and age where we're now in a space where no one way is the correct way anymore. Yeah. So if someone was to say, no, you have to do this thing or you can't be on your phone, some people are making millions and millions and millions by only using their phone 2 hours a day because that's their business. Do you follow Jay Shetty? Of course,
yeah.
And because he recently done something that I thought was so powerful. In one of his talks, he put up a post about one of his talks, and he said that when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you check is your phone, he said it's so bad for your psychology. By the way, I'm not saying that I've converted this because I'm really bad with it myself. Like, your phone's just there, you can easily check it. I think everyone's like that nowadays. But he said when you first wake up in the morning and before talking to your partner or looking around or anything, the first thing you look at is your phone. He said, would you, when you first wake up in the morning, let 100 people come into your bedroom? Yeah. And imagine that feeling. And you're just like, wow, and your brain is on alert because there's 100 people in your bedroom, and you're like, wow, what's going on? And it messes with your mind, bro. Yeah. And so he said, what you're doing by looking at your phone first thing in the morning is those 100 notifications that you have, it's the same kind of thing in your mind. Like, your psychology is like, you're dealing with all this stuff and you've just woken up, you can't do it. So
powerful.
When he put it a lot more eloquently, but when he put it like that, I thought to myself, you know what, it's true. The phone can't be the first thing I look at. And so I'm trying to slowly implement that myself.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, there's a guy called Tim Ferriss. You heard of Tim Ferriss?
Oh, I love Tim Ferriss, man. I just finished the 4-hour work week.
Yeah. So I read that about when it first came out. I don't know, early 2000s or late 2000s even probably. I can't remember. But
2004, I think it came
2004, yeah. So I was past that book, but him in general, like, he's like on that meditative state and all that sort of stuff, and it does make sense, man. Like, I definitely need to. Those are the things that I feel like I need to change. I don't know if I can convert the night thing because I really struggle in the morning. I really do, mate. But those are the small things in my day, and even things like email handling. I'm just trying to learn all of that because this is a business that was. We brought Nathan on board, but we don't have any other staff. I've got a graphic designer who I work with part-time. She comes in when I need her, and then otherwise, that's just what it is, man. It's just
that's solid, man. I rate that work ethic.
Yeah.
Tim Ferriss is really cool. He like you mentioned with that the email stuff. He's very cool with that. With like teaching how to be efficient with emails and communication with your team. He's on that. I think as a Muslim, because I pray in the mornings.
Okay.
So morning prayer is like right now. It starts at 3:30 in the morning and it finishes. So it's like a window. You got between 3:30 and 5:30 to pray. So that is like my motivation to make sure I'm up anyway for that. And so if I wake up at, let's say, 5 a.m. and I start my day with prayer, I feel like that's kind of like my meditation. And then breakfast and gym. And bear in mind, that's my ideal day, bro. There's some days, like today, my alarm was set for 5 a.m, bro. And I
I struggled, and I got out of bed at like 9:30, and I said to my missus, I said, what has happened? Like, how am I at bed 9:30? I feel like my whole day's gone to waste, bro.
Mate, 9:30 is a good day for me, man. I'm like, made it.
But if you sleep
Before
if
10.
you sleep as early as me, that's too much sleep.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to listen to your body, man.
Yeah.
I've had those days, man, where I know I've overdone it. Like I've been editing like literally all my videos, all my YouTube videos up until now, since like we've got Nathan on board. Like I said, he does a few bits and pieces for my YouTube. But to do that, then manage a business, to then manage emails, to then manage the fires, then to manage orders, like there's a time when my body shuts down, and there are days where I literally just cannot wake up, and I'll be just in bed. And there's times I've just had to work from bed, where I've just been like, and that's really bad as well. I'm just there with a crooked neck, like with my phone, and I'm just like getting back to people and trying to make my videos on my phone, and I still feel like I have to work. But yeah, sometimes you gotta listen to the body, man. And at the same time, I'm training, right? I'm trying to learn new moves. I'm trying to build tutorials. I'm trying to build combinations. And
how often are you uploading on YouTube?
There was a time when I was funny enough, when I was working in my full-time job, I think I was more consistent and uploading a lot more than I am now, because the business has taken over now. So I'm just like, and me and Nathan do shoot a lot more, but in terms of content, I'm about two videos at least a week on YouTube.
That's cool. Is business more so your merchandise?
Yeah.
And I've seen your merchandise. First of all, it looks amazing, man. Like,
cheers, man.
The work that you put into the presentation, the packaging.
Thank you.
I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, this was the question. You were speaking about your body, right, and your training. First of all, do you jump rope every day? You must.
Close to every training session, I'm skipping. Yeah.
Fine. And my question is shin splints. Yeah.
Okay. Good question.
I'm someone who's new to jumping rope, and the shin splints kill me off. And sometimes I want to jump rope like every day, and I have to take a day or two off because my shins just hurting so much. And I'm jumping, bro, for 5 minutes a day. I'm not jumping for 15, half an hour, nothing.
No, yeah.
So after 5 minutes, I'm sweating buckets. So I recently went on Amazon and I bought some like shin splint.
Oh damn, must be that bad.
With
some sort of calf sleeve or something.
Yeah, calf sleeve.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to wear it. So and then I got really bad shin splints. So I haven't jumped in like 3 days now.
Right.
But now I'm completely fine. I thought I'd give myself some time off. But
it's common with people that have just picked up a rope and getting into it, and there's loads. So I made a video about this as well. So you should check that video out.
I think I did see it.
Yeah. So I got my physio on board to do that.
After viewing your video, After viewing it, I think that my problem is that the surface that I skip on is quite hard.
Yeah.
So I need to get like a mat or something.
Get a mat. We got that. We got you covered.
Oh really?
we got mats.
Is that like can that be like a reason for?
Definitely, man.
Let me show you the surface that I skip on.
You've got surface. If it's concrete, you've got trainers. It could be your trainers. It could be just.
So I started running only in my free runs because I feel like they're most comfortable. They're like running shoes.
They're right.
I tried to do one of those things where you take it. This is so embarrassing. Where you take snapshots on your iPhone while you're jumping.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to show you, but it's only just to show you the floor that I'm jumping on. How embarrassing!
That's a really nice photo, actually.
But that floor is what I jump on all the time. That's a very hard floor.
Yeah, and that's bad for the rope, by the way.
My rope.
You're going to snap your ropes.
Bro, I'm on my third rope. But not because it's snapped, but it's because I haven't really found a great one.
So that flooring, because it's not like completely flat. You got little what's the words in between? Because the pavements are like or slabs.
So your mat fixes that, like it stops the rope from.
Mat will fix the rope. It will help you with like it will absorb a lot more of the shock. So when you're skipping, especially if you're, and it's just so many things, bro. Like you got technique issues. If you're flat-footed, if you're skipping with your heels on the floor, if you're not on the balls of your feet, obviously your weight. Posture, it's so many different things, but shin splints is a common thing for people that get into skipping for real, because it's something, if your body's not conditioned, then you're going to definitely like suffer from that kind of stuff.
So you don't get them anymore?
I never had them. Okay. I've always kind of been, I don't know if it's because I've always just been athletic in terms of I've always played football and I played on concrete and my body's just literally conditioned. I literally used to play every day on outside of my house. Like I used to play with the guys on the same road. It might be that. It could be just a condition that you just need to do a bit more exercise, a bit more prevention things, like stretches. So yeah, check out the video proper. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've not been. I suppose I'm not very active. I haven't been very active with regards to like I said, like cardio kind of stuff. So perhaps my body's getting used to it.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm intrigued for after this episode for you to see my.
Can't wait.
Skipping. So maybe you can see if it's my technique as well.
Yeah. You know what it is with skipping? That like when people get involved with it, I don't know whether it's everyone, it might not be you, but we all think we look good. We all think we're doing it right. And it was, and I thought the same. When I look back to my old videos, where I was this supposed jump rope coach, right? I look back and I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. Like I thought I was really good then. And what it is that we start off with bad habits, and if we don't come out of them, then you're going to be in trouble. So it's good that I met you today, man. Because if you're on your start of your journey, then we're going to get you fixed up straight away and get you flying sick.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
Yeah.
What's the coolest thing that you've ever heard someone say, like, as a result of your videos?
That's a big question. The coolest thing.
Or the thing that's touched you the most?
I think it's probably like a culmination of loads of kind of stories, but they still follow the same thing. And it's just a lot of people out there who are just not happy with the way they looked and the way they felt. And there's this thing where people talk about look good, feel good, and I don't think that's true. I don't think sometimes even if you go to the gym, you get that six pack, you may still feel crap, like, or before you went to the gym. Like, this is something so powerful that it can really help your mindset. And I think mindset is the power that we need, not the six pack, not the biceps, not the funky Instagram filters and looking good and the angles. Like, everyone that I've met who have touched, like me, the stories have been people that have just been searching for a better life and better feeling of life, not just looks. And they're the people, man. They're, like I said, I mentioned kind of people who have gone through OCD, depression. I don't think I mentioned depression, but a lot of people with depression, man. And I was, and it's, yeah. And I never had depression. I don't feel like I had depression, but I had that thing, like I said, where my mind wasn't clear when I was at work. Like, I just didn't feel good, didn't feel focused. So it helped me on the other side, which is it gave me this challenge in life to be like, let me get good at this. And then because you're just going every single day at this one thing, you've not then got this I can't with anything else. If there's something like oh, go learn this, go do this, you haven't got that I can't, because you've just done this amazing, you just learned this art form, which takes years and years and years, months and months and hours and hours and hours. It's like learning a new language. You're rewiring that brain. So all these stories that I get, come back to your point, is a lot of people have talked about depression, a lot of people, and I feel like that's something that needs to highlight here, which is the impact it's had on mental health. And obviously then you get the kind of body transformations and stuff, which I've seen, which have just, again, been amazing, and it has helped people feel better. But I don't think that's the key. The key message for me, and what's touched my heart, is just that it's just transformed people's way of living and feeling, which is just next level, man. And it's just a skipping rope, brother. It's just a plastic PVC rope, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the cheapest on the market, the ones that I have, and it's got so much power and backing behind it. It's got a community behind it. That one yellow rope that I brought out, the first ever rope, that has, like, you know, I can't disclose obviously how much I've sold around the world, but like, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people who believe and trust that rope, not just because makes them look good. It's done something so big in their life, and it's something people can't even comprehend until I tell them, and I have to show them all these stories in one.
So the rope that you sell, the money rope, is that the best rope that for people who have just started, or someone who's on my level? Would that be the rope that you would recommend? Always,
100%. And not obviously going to be biased as well, but I was always searching for a rope that had everything that rope has. Like, it's cheap, it's affordable, it's accessible, anyone can pick it up, adjustable. It's just the feeling that the handle has. Like, there's a lot of speed ropes out there that have really bad PVC. This is really good PVC. It's fast, it's got good weight as well at the same time.
And do you also have am I right in thinking you also do a weighted rope?
Yeah, so we've actually got 4 lines of ropes now. So we've got a weighted one as well, that's for like kind of more strength and endurance, stamina. That one's called the legacy rope. Then we've got one called the tech rope, which is more digital. So that one connects with your phone. It gives you like stats and tells you repetitions and revolutions, speed. And then you've got the icon rope, which has just come out now, which is a freestyle rope, which is like a longer handle, so people can throw it, catch it, and do behind the backs. And
that's advanced.
So that's advanced, yeah. If you saw my Germany video, you see the girl that's using that, and it'll blow your mind, man, what she does with that rope. I mean, yeah. So
with your rope, when a person is jumping rope, how do they size their rope up for it to be like? How long should a rope be for a person?
Mate, massive question there. So I made about 2 to 3 videos on this, right? And I've always been one that has a very long rope.
Okay.
Because Mayweather always had a long rope. So naturally, when you try and copy someone that you want to be like or inspired, you kind of try and do the things that they do, right? So I've always had a longer rope. So you've got to get the right feeling for you. So you'll see after when we do a bit of training,
So
It's- there's
what's
no
a long rope though?
So long rope is like you'll see a lot. Like if it's too long for you, it's a rope where you're trying to do tricks or you're trying to just skip and it's just grazing the floor like for too long. The contact with the floor is just you're literally killing your rope, and you're losing speed and you're losing like it's just inefficient workout.
But it should be just like
It should be a little clip.
like that.
But you could have a long rope, but your technique's such that you do get that clip still. But then if your technique's bad, then there's no point in having a long rope. So there's like loads of little things. Like there's no specific rope length. People would say that you should have it 3 feet, I don't know, above your head, and come up with all these kind of scientific stuff. Get the rope that's just comfortable for you, feels good. You treat the rope well, you treat your body well, and it's efficient. That's just the way
Yeah, because I read that it should come up like that like
To
you
your
should be able to stand
armpits.
it comes like like your nipple.
That's a good.
Region.
To be fair, that's a good kind of starting point.
Okay.
It's a good starting point. But if your technique's off and you've got arms way out here,
Yeah.
then that then becomes irrelevant. You then need a longer rope because if your arms are out here, you naturally make the arc of the rope shorter. So you then need a longer rope because you're going to keep tripping.
Yeah, because I resized mine when I first got it, and then I watched that video which said to kind of shorten it to around that area, like your chest, and then I felt like it was too short for me though.
Yeah, that would be short then because I think your arms will then come out. I've seen your techniques. So I think your arms come out a little bit too wide.
Yeah.
We'll fix that.
So I need to bring that in.
So once you bring it in, what happens is the rope then becomes narrow, and it becomes longer naturally because your hands are here now. If you pull the rope here, can you imagine the rope kind of coming off the ground?
Yeah.
So you make the rope shorter if your arms come out. That's why you'll be tripping.
I also
That's
just
all
want to
these
say
little
that
small things.
the rope that I got, the one where you like unscrew and then like you tighten it,
Yeah.
and I feel so bad because I meant
You must have made them loads of sales, bruv.
Bro, I made so many sales. I feel so bad because I was so passionate about it that like
Yeah.
the next day we had the episode and I was like, jump rope. This is the one I bought, and just
I'm cracking up.
so many people DM'd us to Freshly Grounded saying, I've got the same rope, got the same rope.
You just pushed me down the Amazon listings in one hit, man. Thank you, man.
No, but, and then what happened is I would like it would break like after using it for some time.
It's really thin as well, right? It's wiry.
Yeah, it's very thin, which I didn't mind, I guess, but it was very thin and it would break, and the screw would come out, and I'll be looking on the floor for the screw.
I did the same thing.
And then I bought another one, but from a different brand, but it was the same style. So I've got all 3 ropes with me. I'm going to show you after this the ropes that I've been working with. And then I went to Sports Direct and I just bought like
a Lonsdale or something, like 9 foot sign. Yeah.
That so far has probably been my best one.
I would say anyway, even if it's not my rope, like just a PVC rope is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Like and this is the thing, right? If you want to skip a certain style, if you like the boxer style, if you like my style, if you like the Mayweather style, you really have to get a PVC rope. Those wire ones are good for CrossFitters. So for CrossFitters watching this or hearing this, don't get the PVC rope because CrossFitters only want to do double unders. They want to do the quickest double unders in the quickest time. Yeah. So in that said, a PVC rope's not going to be good for them. They need these mechanized ones.
Yeah, they like It's so weird, bro.
But it's just styles, isn't it? And that's the reason why I'm making different sort of styles of ropes, because I want to cater to as many people that I'm bringing on in this community, because it's changing every day, man. We brought out the boxing style. We made that big. We made the Mayweather style big. Then I created this own kind of rush style. Then the freestyle kind of movement came back in as big, so I made the icon rope. The legacy rope is just kind of is what it says on the tin, man. It's like my legacy. It's the first rope I designed start to finish properly, and that's a beast of a rope, man.
How did you manage to get your money rope in the hands of Mayweather?
Oh, bruv.
How did that happen?
Mate, you know what? I probably didn't even say it at the beginning, man, but this guy was a massive inspiration, man. Like, as much as he's cussed outside of boxing and judged, and fair enough, he does some silly things and he flashes his stuff, but in the ring, this guy is an absolute monster, right? Like, how can you go into a boxing ring and not come out with any scratches? Yeah? Ever. Yeah. Hardly ever.
Yeah.
And not be flawed. And that's the inspiration that I want to take, is that, he got me to pick up a rope. I'm always going to be like, this is the guy. This is the guy that I want to one day not only meet, but like if I could put my hand into the rope of anyone in the world, people say, who would it be? I was like, Mayweather straight away. Mayweather, then maybe Will Smith, because Will Smith's sick, right? I love.
Really, I've never seen him do it.
No, he hasn't. But I just love. Like growing up, like he just seems like a cool guy, right?
Yeah,
so I'd like to really like. Anyway, that's going off tangent. But yeah, so what happened is that Mayweather's got a franchise of gyms around LA and rest of the states really. But he's created it's called Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, and it looks really cool. And there's trainers within those gyms who have my ropes. And there's one guy we'd been following each other, and he'd never reached out like to say like he'd been skipping with my rope or anything, but randomly he just messaged me and goes, bruv, like I've just got the money man using your rope. And that was it. There's like 2 a.m. I was up standard, and and I was like literally I was in shock, you know, like I was like, I couldn't believe what you're saying to me. So I thought, it goes, video coming soon. And I was like, no way. He sends me this video. I kid you not, bruv. Like, I got hair standing on the back of my neck talking about it, because like, it's just a moment in life where it's gone round full circle. It's like, there's a guy who started skipping, got me to start skipping. That in turn got me to try and get the whole world to start skipping. The world got me to then create a rope, because at the time I wasn't even thinking about creating a skipping rope. It was actually the community that was like, Rush, when are you going to bring out your rope? Yeah, when are you going to start making your own ropes? And then I put that rope back into the hands of the guy that started it.
Mad.
And it's just like, that's messed up. It's just couldn't get my head around it. And then the video came, and the guy who sent me the video goes, listen, don't post this. He needs to post it first, because obviously with any boxing video that Mayweather does, any training video, the media get all hyped, don't they? They're like, is he training for a fight? What's going on? So I waited, and then literally he just sent me the done emoji, like the tick, the green one. He goes, green light. And I was like, yo. And I was like, the next day it was just on. I just put that video up. And I got so much like love as well, man, for it, man. And I really appreciate that, because people understood what this guy meant to me. Like, because without seeing that video, without having someone to aspire to whatever level, like I said, he's not the most loved guy in the world, but for him to do that, he's created a movement. He's helped create a movement, and he doesn't even know it. But then for him to pick up my rope and make a video and allow me to share it and all that kind of stuff.
It also like verifies your rope, that you put a lot of love and effort into it, because you could have got any rope that someone was already batch making in China and then put your brand logo on it. But it sounds like you have figured out the rope that would best suit you, and then and it kind of verifies it that someone like Mayweather is using it to train.
Mate, he's just, you can't describe it, man. Like, the guy, he's still known as the best skipping guy. To be fair, there's a couple. There's another guy called Brian Valoria. You should check him out.
Okay.
But I met him in person, so we skipped together. Brian Valoria's got mad skills, but it's crazy. That day, for example, like, we sold out of the yellow rope.
Really?
Yeah, it's the first time I'd sold out since the first launch. So my first launch was the yellow rope. We sold out before I knew it, and I didn't really understand the market at the time. I just bought a box or two when I first started, and I thought I'm gonna have that forever. Like, I didn't know what was to come. 2 days later, we sold out, and I was like, yo, I didn't say that, but I was like, what the hell happened? And since then, we never sold out. I was like, I promised myself I'll never sell out of that rope, because it's my iconic rope, right? And then after that video, we literally, like, we were scattering I was looking under my bed, and I was looking around everywhere in the house. I was like, I've got no more yellow ropes, man.
That's insane, man.
And that's the level. Yeah, I mean, that's our community has power, man. Like, for them to help me do that. I got a lot of love for them, man. Honestly, I got a lot of love for them. And then,
have you kind of sent more ropes out and stuff to them, or do you know?
Yeah, so I sent some more ropes to the gym. We're working on me now supplying that chain,
nice.
Which is good. And I'm supplying other gyms and stuff around the world and stuff. But that for me to send ropes to him is amazing. So yeah, there's loads of people, man. Loads of like kind of little celebs here and there that I'm working with. And
amazing.
So it's just everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's starting to grow like a little bit more. You know, like. You see, I came up, I don't know, some kind of advert came up on my feed the other day, like of Colgate, the toothpaste.
Yeah.
They had some skipping on that Colgate advert.
And was it your rope?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
But I was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah,
Why?
it's massive, man.
It's just randomly popping up. And I'm not saying it's just obviously all me and everything, but
it's all me.
But, but it's something that back in the day, like I said, like
you did it when it wasn't cool.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you did it when it wasn't cool, and you've been able to. You've definitely been able to push your movement forward, and I respect that so much. I no doubt, bro, it's going to be in the hands of so many more like huge people. I think that's very, very cool. What else have you got? What's kind of the future looking like for Rush Athletics?
Future is it's so massive, man. Like, my brain it just ticks every day. Like, something's changed.
I rate that so much.
Like, it's kind of like I'm never gonna complain that I'm kind of like this, but it's like a little drug to me, man. Like, I just love thinking about everything, present, past, mistakes. How can I improve on it? With RA, I have one thing I really want to do, which I want to really mention, is like, I want to get into lifestyle a lot more. So branch out of fitness and do more lifestyle stuff. I want to create like a RA lifestyle brand. So kind of like different kind of clothing. I like my clothes, and I do have that passion as well as the fitness. So that's one project. With the skipping, like I think I still have this one vision, brother, is that everyone that goes to the gym, I just want them to have a rope. If it's not, if it's not my rope, it's fine. But for that, to them, when you go to a gym, the first thing you put into your gym bag is trainers, or you think you got to put in your trainers. I want them to have that kind of mentality. Like, I'm gonna go to the gym, I got to pack my rope with my socks or whatever it is. I want them to just have a rope. That was a vision from day one. So that's still, that's my kind of focus, right? That's kind of my main road. And
well, you know what, bro? No one would have thought that. Something that's massive right now in LA is Soul Cycle, and it's kind of come over to the UK as well now. And you've got all these little gyms popping up in like really cool areas where they're just Soul Cycle gyms, and they're just little places where the only thing that happens there is cycling classes because all these celebrities made it so big. Justin Bieber started Soul Cycling, and Brad Pitt, and all these people, and that's all they do. And then so to think that there could be like little Rush Athletics workshops and gyms all around the world, and all it is just jump roping classes. It's such a realistic vision.
It's on, bruv. I'm chatting at the moment to some big gyms. I'm chatting to David Lloyd at the moment.
Amazing.
For the possibility of a licensed rope rush class.
Amazing.
And that would be sick, because the rope rush event that we created in London for the first time this year was like, it was such an amazing feeling. Like, it's intense. It's everything that you want in a class, right? Like the spinning thing that had its, I think it's still got its kind of place. Like, everyone's still kind of into that. It's got kind of DJs and live music and all that kind of stuff. What we did with rope rush is we had a live DJ, bruv. It was like 15-minute hardcore hit workout. Everyone's sweating, everyone's learning skills, and having a skipping class like that across the world is going to do wonders, man. Honestly, like, it's not just going to be a fad. People are going to go into those classes and they're going to want to get good, and they want to get good, and want to get good, and they're going to share it with their friends. And that's what's lovely about this movement, man. It's like, when someone gets good at something, they naturally just want to share it, right? It's just built in our human system that maybe it might be a bit of showing off, but we just do it, right? You get good at something, you're just like, okay, I'm going to just put it up there, I'm going to post it. Then their 100 followers will see it, and then their 100 followers will be like, oh, let me just buy a rope. They get a rope, then they do something, then their couple of hundred see it, and then that is just how it's been for the last 3 years.
Amazing.
That something so simple can just like grow over the world. And that's probably like a nice message for anyone of your listeners as well, and like people that are watching my vlog today, is that no idea is crazy, right? No idea is crazy. Like, no idea is too small. Like, to think that people can pick up something that's like cost nothing and make it grow like wildfire across the world. How nuts is that, man?
It's insane. It's
like,
very insane.
And then to change lives and all that sort of stuff. Like, all these little small things. People have so many ideas out there, and they just think it's too crap, or it's too crazy, or it's like, sorry for my English again, that's really bad. But
I don't think that's a swear word anyway.
Yeah, people don't like it though. But anyway, crap.
It's weird, isn't it? Because
when I just said it just now, it just sounded really bad.
I had that. Yeah, I know. I think because you're conscious, because we do like it's non-explicit, this podcast. But
yeah.
I think I said that once, and Sam suggested that it could have been a swear word, and I don't see it as a swear word.
I think if you can't use it in a informal. If you can't use it in a formal workplace, then it's probably not worth using.
Oh well,
anyway.
you can't use anything in a formal workplace.
Yeah, I wouldn't say crap. Yo, those budgets were crap. Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, no, you could. You wouldn't.
It was hard to be at work, man. When I had to because obviously it's hard for me to talk, like not how I talk, right? So when people go to a workplace, and I have we're going well off tangent here, but you know,
podcast as well,
where people I don't know if you talk to your mates about it, but everyone has like a workplace like accent, or like a workplace kind of mode.
Yeah.
And it was so hard for me to put on that kind of accent to like be all professional. And I had a team, and I just couldn't do it. And after a while, I just gave up, and they just knew me as like the South London guy who just is from South London.
My accent changes so much around the people that depending on the people that I'm around. It's
up.
Insane, bro. And I hate it about myself. My friend Kay, he's a stand-up comedian, and he made a joke about it. He said, like, when, for example, the plumber's around, he's like, yo, you alright, mate? You want to come to you? On here. And that's me, bro. Like, I had a guy come around to fix my boiler, and I was like, you alright, mate? Yeah, put this in there. You fancy a cup of coffee or tea? Like, I was like, what am I doing? My accent changes so much, bro. Yeah.
When I talk to my guys in India, I'm trying to start some business in India. Like, I just have to put on my English Indian kind of accent.
Oh, you're broken
like
English.
They're gonna, like they're gonna understand it better. But maybe
I remember when we were supplying some stuff in Pakistan, I think it was. I was missing out words like that actually make the sentence a full sentence. So I would say something like, instead of "have you got the t-shirt," I'll be like, "have you got t-shirt?" Yeah. Like, I'm like, "have you?" And they're saying it slowly. I'm like, "What am I doing, bro?" Like, it's so weird. Rush, look, thank you so much for jumping on the podcast, man. I really, really wanted to have you on.
That was sick.
It's amazing to kind of get inside the mind of Rush Athletics, to understand your vision. I honestly think that we're going to look even a year down the line and say, like, wow, look how much this thing has grown. It's already grown so
Bless,
much.
man. Thank you.
But I sincerely believe that it's going to be the biggest jump rope brand out there. I also just want to say, bro, is the money rope. First of all, I want to make a really sincere apology to all of my followers who bought the ropes that I recommended in my early stages of jumping rope. But the money rope, where can everyone get it from? And I don't know what CMS you run on your website, but how possible is it to give the freshly grounded tribe a cheeky little
straight up, man,
code or something?
Yeah, straight up. We could do that. I'll do that now.
Fine.
We'll do it after we finish this. I will say the best place is probably my personal website, rushathletics.co.uk, and otherwise you can go to Amazon. So Amazon UK, and if you've got anyone in the States or anywhere else around the world, then they can just check their local Amazons, because it's just easiest for us. But we ship worldwide, so man, appreciate you giving me that plug as well, man.
No problem, man. I appreciate you sorting our listeners out.
What do you want to do for the code? What do you want to call it?
Do FG Tribe, because
FG Tribe.
I'm about to bring out a whole bunch of merch, and it's all based on the FG Tribe. I thought, you know what, we're family.
Yeah.
We're like a tribe.
I like
and
it.
So we need like some sort of
Defo, what's it going to be? The purple kind of look? Is that the brand?
It's not purple, but do you know? Let me show you some of the brand.
FG
some
Tribe.
of the stuff here. Where are we at with it?
I like this.
So basically, the concept is that so Sam is a barber. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to tell you this off air because I don't want to spoil it for those that are gonna before when we do a launch. But yeah, very excited. So what we'll do is we'll end the podcast now.
Wicked.
So Raj, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to now go and jump with that. Let's organise together.
That's weird. I'm gonna mess up yourself. Yeah, respect, man.
I can't wait
Honestly.
to jump some rope now.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's do it, man.
Thank you so much.